I'm Josh from Tactical Tech, and this has been something I've been working on for a while, usually on TDY trips, and this is actually version 4 of what I've completed. And basically all it is network file cards. I make a lot of network diagrams, and I don't like putting a lot of work into it, really. And I want to make it real fast and, make it look good. So you see here we got just network file cards. I'm changing the device type, the classification, host name, and you see under the input window that they're very basic looking at the moment. So I can put in all this information. I can go ahead and add in IP addresses that I think are good. In this case, it's associated with the port. It's actually VLAN 2. And I also put the CIDR notation at the end just so I know how big that subnet actually is. I'll go ahead and put in the network name and a community string, and you see the label type. I won't click it now, but you can choose what type of label you want, and that basically regenerates that file card to look exactly how you need it to look, with all the pertinent information, not cluttered up, not crazy or anything. I can take this, I can select two different types and just start typing in general information about them, nothing real specific to the device itself, but stuff they have in common. We know that it has its host name generally the same, we know it's a switch, it's unclassified, it's a certain model and manufacturer. I don't want to type that in multiple times or anything, so I just select them both, open the properties, and type all that in for it. And it automatically generates the output I'm looking for. And I can go into each individual one and type in the more specific information related to each device. Yeah, something like that. And that gives me all the information. Now I'm going to show how it's actually connected. I deleted that other one because I didn't need it. And this is a dynamic cable connector. I didn't really make this, to be honest. I sort of stole it from somebody else and added in a couple other features like the classification. And this is version 4. Hopefully in version 5 I actually get it to define, look different for each cable type. But it basically just tells me what that cable or connector is plugged into on both ends. I can move those around. If I got them mixed up, I can switch them around automatically with that little feature there. I forget to change classification, so we'll make that unclassified, and of course it turns green. I'll just copy that over since these aren't too much different, and I don't want to retype a bunch of information. And that's actually going to be going through connecting each together over multi-mode because they're on two opposite ends of building. And it's going through fiber in this case, and I'm going to put in the patch panel that it's actually going into in the fiber patch panel. It's room 102 started out, patch panel 2, let's see, port A1, and it's going over to room 150, patch panel 1, A1, and it gives me the information I'm looking for right there, easy to find. Now I'm going to go ahead and link this to other pieces of the diagram. This is just one small piece, and I can't, of course, get it all on one sheet. So I got a little cloud indicating that there's more to this, dynamically connected to it. And this router is actually going into the black network. So I'm actually in the wrong one. It'd be a Cat5. Yep, Cat5. Okay. And we're going to change the classification to black. And OK. I'll go ahead and put in actually the port it's coming out of on the router, and I forget the other part. So it's coming out of Gulf 00. I'll put that next there, and of course cable turned black. I'm going to change the name to this to be the transport because black is my transport network. And when I go ahead and hold down the control button and click that cloud, it hyperlinks me over to it, and I don't know where that context menu came out of. And I of course got the same kind of clouds to all the other parts of the network. I'll go back to Nipper, and there's actually a lot more to this than just what we put up there. Right now I'm missing a whole segment here, so I'm gonna go back, and instead of typing all that stuff in, it'd be much easier to have all that information in an Excel spreadsheet, perhaps generated from SolarWinds or NCM or some other scanning utility. So I went ahead and pre-made this spreadsheet, and I'm going to select the sheet just to get all the information in there. Go next on through, make host name my primary key on it, and basically what that allows me to do is grab all the information off the Excel spreadsheet, select the items I want to input in there, and just drag drop them in. I already got those two in there, and I of course did it wrong. Let me do that again with device card selected, and it drag drops them in and pre-populates all that information with proper values. You see we got a multi-layer switch there as a distribution switch. Gives us all that information from the Excel spreadsheet, and these are actually links, so I can change the information in the Excel spreadsheet, and it'll update the Visio file. So with this, we also got the same thing for servers. I don't use these too often, but you know, in this case, I created a confidential rack mount DHCP server, and of course, icon reflects all that. Another thing we have in here is the remote link card that just tells us, you know, our I guess destination network, and looks like I got this wrong. It should be HQ main. All the pertinent information for the destination network, you know, on a remote link, you know, KG addresses, tunnel endpoint addresses, etc. I think these are pretty cool icons and or Visio stencils and diagrams and everything, but sometimes you just don't need all this information. You just need something abstract for planning. Cool, I got your back. You still want to have the classification, you still want to have the host name, still want to have the device, so I just do show device only, and this makes the host name field independent, and you can move stuff around. You can do device only there, and still everything works just the same. You just get the device itself with all that without all that extra information. Of course, it's still there if I go to properties, and you know, I can see it all there. If I need to change it back to file card, no problem there either. I have to readjust this connector a little bit, but no big deal. Now, just real quick, if you want to have like a template for filling in your information on an Excel spreadsheet, select one of these icons, go to I say a lot, review, shape reports, and we're just going to create a new. We'll do the one that's currently selected, and we want to get all the information. All those ones in brackets are relevant to what I'm trying to accomplish. I'll select all these. Go next. Yeah, whatever. Yep, sure, why not? And we'll go run. I'll poop it out in an Excel format. That'll give me a template to start typing in my information. I want to make sure to get rid of this header row here and keep these header rows, because those are going to be corresponding it to the shape properties. From here I can just start typing in that information. That pretty much wraps it all up, and you know, and like I said, this is version 4. Hopefully in version 5 it'll be a little better. But I'd like to just share this out. Hope it helps you guys out a little bit and saves you a little bit of time, makes your diagrams look freaking excellent. So there you go.